Welcome to day 33 of How to Automate Your Law Firm in 90 Days. I am Shay Jackson, your AI automation specialist. I want to improve on a tool that I added to the legal assistant agent. I added a context tool using Airtable where you were able to search for contacts. But in this video, I actually want to create a contacts agent where you are able to search, create, and update contacts using one of my favorite tools, Airtable. Let's dive in. Let's get started. Here I am in my legal assistant, and let me zoom in a little bit. Here is the contacts tool that I mentioned that I created with Airtable. But what I'm going to do is I am going to delete this because what I want to do is create a contacts agent like I mentioned. So let me move this over a little bit, zoom out, and here, let me save it. Here, I have a clean slate to begin my contact agent. So for my first step, what I'm going to do is when executed by another workflow, this is how I am going to connect my contact agent to my legal assistant agent, okay? And you see the description, it says runs the flow when called by the execute workflow node from a different workflow, okay? Here, input data mode, I am going to choose accept all data. And then for the output, I'm going to create some dummy output so that I can test inside of my agent. Now, for name, what I'm going to change it to is query because anytime the agent makes a call, the main agent makes a call to the sub agent, it will be a query, okay? And what I'm going to do is the first thing I want to search, let's look at our Airtable. I want to search for, let's search for all my clients, okay? Let me go back. List all of my client contacts, okay? Save. Oh, I accidentally deleted. And you see that red dot because it's saying, girl, where is your ending quote? For some reason, I accidentally took it off. So it's like, Shay, I'm about to help you because you are out of line. There we go. Save. I'm going to go back to my canvas. Move it over. I'm going to add my AI agent. And in order to do that, I'm going to advanced AI agent. Okay. And for instead of the source for prompt, instead of connected chat trigger node, I am going to define it below, and I'm going to bring over my query for the text. Okay. And there's nothing that I need right now for this. All I need to do is just create the agent and use my JSON query so that it knows what to read whenever I send out a request. Okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a chat model. I'm going to add OpenAI. And I've already connected my OpenAI account and I am using GPT-4o Mini. Now, in order to add the tool, because first I said the query is, I want to list all my clients. I'm going to go to Airtable. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a search function, okay? For my tool description, I'm going to set it as manually because I want the agent to be able to read whatever query I have. Okay. And for the operation, instead of get, I want to search. And the base, let's go back to Airtable. Here, my base is legal assistant tasks. And I think I should have named it something else. And the table I'm going to use is contacts. And you see here some of the information that I have. Search. So my base is legal assistant tasks, and my table is going to be contacts. Okay. And that is all the information I need. Oh, I want to change it and I want to put search. So I know what this specific note does. I'm going to go back to my canvas and I am going to test the workflow. You see that it's working. Everything looks good. Workflow executed successfully. So now when I go in, here it says, here are your client contacts. It has Henry Duncan and Daisy Green. So let's look over. And for my client types, is Henry Duncan and Daisy Green. So we know that our search function for our contact agent works. Great. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add another tool. We are going to add a create tool using Airtable. So here I am again in my Airtable node. I'm going to change it from Airtable to create because I will be creating contacts. For my tool description, I'm going to set it as manually. I'm going to bring over my query. The record source stays the same. I am going to create. The base is going to be the legal assistant tasks. I need to name it legal assistant agent. I will after this video. And my table is contacts. Okay. And for the, excuse me, for the values, I'm just going to let it be defined by the model. Now let me go back to my trigger, and now I am going to change my query. I am going to say, create a contact for my client. His first name is David, and his last name is Anderson. His email address is davidander@gmail.com. His phone number is, let's say, 586-555-1212. Now, one thing that I want to mention is the reason that I separated the first name and last name is because when I tested this and I said create a contact for my client David Anderson, the only thing it returned was the first name. And so what I want to do is make sure that it populates as many fields as possible. Okay. So again, create a contact for my client. His first name is David and his last name is Anderson. I have the email address and his phone number. So let's save that. We are going to go back and we are going to test our workflow to see if it creates that record. You see, it goes to the create node. Okay, and it says it's successful. So let's go into the agent. The contact for your client, David Anderson, has been successfully created. Here are the details. And now when I go to my Airtable, you see that David Anderson is here and the type is client. Very good. Now, what we're going to do is I want to update a record, and I left the phone number for Henry Duncan blank so that we can do that. So let's go back to our agent. We're going to add a tool. Okay, and we're going to set it manually. Our description is going to be our query. We're going to drag it over here. For our operation, we're going to choose update a record in a table. And we need to choose our base, which is our legal assistant tasks. And then the table is going to be contacts. And it says to map each columns to match on. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to let the model define the parameter, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now that that has been completed, oh, let me change this, and I'm going to put update. Go back. Now I need to go back to my trigger because I want to change my query to say update. I forgot his name that quick. Henry Duncan. Okay. Update Henry Duncan's phone number to, and I'm going to choose 954, shout out to Florida, 555-1212. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back and let's test our workflow. And it should go to this node. You see, it went to search first and then it went to update. So it searched to see if that record was there and then it went to update. So now, once I go to Henry Duncan, you see that the phone number has been populated. Very good. Great. So now we are done with our, oh, and I want to change the name to contact agent. Now that we're done, we have created the agent and we have tested it to make sure that all of the different tools that have been added work sufficiently, and they do. Now it's time, or let me save it. Now it's time to go back to the main legal assistant. And what we're going to do is add the tool, add the contact agent tool, and also we are going to test it. We are back at our legal assistant agent and ready to add our contacts agent. Before I do that, what I'm going to do is I am going to go into my legal assistant in the system message, and all I did was change the contact management information. To retrieve contact information, use the contacts agent tool, which allows users to search for contacts, create, and update. Okay, I could put allows users to search, create, and update contacts. Okay. All right. So going out of that, now what I want to do is I am going to add my tool. And the tool that I'm going to use is called N8N workflow tool. So I'm going to click that. And here I'm going to name the tool exactly what I named this agent. I'm going to put contacts agent. Call this tool, and the description is call this tool to search, create, and update contacts. Okay. My sources database and the workflow, I'm going to click down and I am going to choose contacts agent. Also, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change call N8N workflow tool. I'm going to change it to contacts agent. Okay. So now I'm going to go back, save it, and let's test our workflow. The first thing I'm going to do to test the workflow is I am going to, let me move it. I'm going to pull up Telegram, and I'm going to ask it to, let's look. I can do the same thing, ask it to pull my, all of my clients. Okay. Let's see. And you see it's over here to the contacts agent. And here it shows, here's a list of all your client contacts. Henry Duncan, Daisy Green, David Anderson. And let's go back. And here we have Henry Duncan, Daisy Green, and David Anderson. Notice it did not call Alexis Pham. And I know that this, with my example, this is a short list because you may be saying, Shay, I have more contacts than this. This is just a demonstration, but definitely, you will be more specific in what you are asking. So let's just say, let's ask some specific questions. And let's see if it tells me it's green. Oh, it did it. The last name of your client contact with the first name Daisy is green. If there's anything you'd like to know or need, feel free to ask. Okay, so what we did was we searched for two different ways. We searched in our contacts. Great. Now let's see what we want to do. Let's say that we want to change Alexis Pham's email address. Oh, I like that. All right. Change Alexis Pham's email address to alex.pham@gmail. Oh no, at ABC Law Firm, because I put she's an associate. Okay. Went to the contacts agent. Here it says Alexis Pham's email address has been successfully updated to alex.pham@abclawfirm.com. So let's go over. And here you see it is alex.pham@abclawfirm.com. Now, the last thing I want to do is I want to create a new contact, and I am going to use the audio telegram for that. Okay, and I'm going to create a professional contact, and let's see what it does. Because you see that here it has associate and client, but we want to create a professional contact. Okay. Please create a professional contact. Her first name is Tina, last name is Brown. Her email address is tina.brown at xyzlawfirm.com. Her phone number is area code 812-555-1212. You see, it's churning. Went to our contacts agent. Okay, and we received a message. Let me make sure, because last time it was low. Let's see.
The professional contact for Tina Brown has been successfully created. Here are the details. Name Tina Brown, email.brown@xyzlawfirm.com, phone number 812-555-1212, type professional last. If you need any.
Awesome. So here you see Tina Brown has been added, gave the correct email address, the phone number, and also for the type, it did put in professional. And that is it for our contacts agent. I do like this much better than just having a contact tool, a Airtable, where we just search for records. With this contact agent, we're able to search, create, and update. If you have any questions about AI automations or N8N, I will have a link in the description box where you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation. I am Shay Jackson, your AI automation specialist. Have a great day.